Hey everyone, welcome to RomoJit, and this is my first video, so let's jump right into it. Over the decades, Star Wars has taken the world by storm, with the original film being released in 1977, and boy, was it a home run. From the first film to present time, Star Wars has achieved a worldwide box office revenue of over $770 million. Years later, in 1999, the first LEGO Star Wars set ever released, the 7140 X-Wing Starfighter. The LEGO Group announced its partnership with Lucasfilm later that year. Then, shortly, sets began to rise in popularity, as did the fan base of the Lucasfilm series Star Wars. This all leads us to LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. The first announcement for the game was in 2019, but due to the world basically getting flipped upside down, the game was delayed by some time. The original plan was to release the game in 2020, but was eventually moved to April 5th, 2022. The first LEGO Star Wars game was LEGO Star Wars The Video Game, which launched in 2005 by Traveller's Tales. This particular installment was about the prequel trilogy with a bonus level of the 1977 film A New Hope. Later, in 2006, Traveller's Tales didn't wait long before releasing LEGO Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, which was a global success, selling around 8 million copies. Again, just a year later, in 2007, a fan favorite and iconic game to this day, LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, took to the shelves. This was the first LEGO game to incorporate all 6 of the films. By this point, LEGO Star Wars games took a halt for 4 years due to a lack of content from Lucasfilms. So later, George Lucas created Star Wars The Clone Wars series on October 3rd, 2008. The eventual 7-season series takes place between episode 2 and 3 of the prequel trilogy. LEGO didn't take long to develop a new and fresh game in 2011 called LEGO Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars. This particular game was completely different to the previous installments. It adopted a more large-scale form of gameplay. This game allowed you to lead tens of clone troopers and battle through hundreds of droids. Then, in 2016, LEGO released LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. But we don't really care about that, so we'll move on. Which finally leads us to the current game, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. This new installment to the already super successful catalog of LEGO games. But this is a whole new beast. The Skywalker Saga took all of the roots of a LEGO game and completely flipped it and added tens of new and exciting mechanics. LEGO games in the past were fairly basic level-to-level games with a few hidden Easter eggs and progression to look for. But other than the main objective, there wasn't too much for die-hard Star Wars LEGO fans to really do. This is where the Skywalker Saga is completely game-changing. In the short time I've had with this game, I must say, it is an incredible mix of nostalgia, but also a brand new experience all in one. The gameplay feels awesome. The new camera style that closely resembles many classic third-person shooters and adventure titles. But this time, it's LEGO. LEGO went even further when it comes to level design. When traveling through places like Kamino or Coruscant, you can get lost by simply admiring all of the details. Even the characters all have original LEGO markings on them, just like a real figure in real life. The game allows you to choose which trilogy you want to do first, in an all new type of menu for LEGO Star Wars players, which allows them to select which planets and missions to complete. Now, a classic feature such as True Jedi has been revamped. As a LEGO fan, collecting studs in any LEGO game is super satisfying and downright addicting. You can find yourself taking an extra 15 minutes in each level just destroying the surroundings to collect stud coins. But now, an all-new progression system allows players to upgrade different classes such as Jedi and Sith. This adds extra motivation to collect as many stud coins as possible. Another new and innovating mechanic is shooting. Instead of just clicking the right bumper or right clicking to shoot, you now have an aim down feature. Holding the left bumper or left clicking your character will pull out a weapon and a sight will appear in the middle of the screen. I don't know about you guys, but shooting stormtroopers' helmets off just brings a smile to my face. adding on to new combat mechanics. Lightsaber characters and those who fist fight have an all new combo system. Repeatedly button mashing X won't work, due to enemies blocking repetitive attacks. In order to create a combo, players can hit combos that include X, B, and Y to finish off an enemy in style. LEGO even took the time to distinctly give every Jedi and Sith their accurate and unique style of lightsaber combat. Now, enough about gameplay. Here is what I love about the game. As I previously said, playing all of the LEGO games makes me super familiar with all 6 of the films, as there isn't too much more to do. I didn't know what to feel when the game was announced. I thought, yep, here we go, just another Star Wars title to play all the levels I've been playing for the last 10 years. But with all the new features, it just feels brand new and fresh. Playing through childhood missions with a modern kick is a thrill and a trip down memory lane. People of all ages can play this game, and I love that whether someone is a new Star Wars fan or an OG, anyone can play it. Putting 10 hours into this game honestly feels like a few minutes. Other things like the classic LEGO game humor and cutscenes, and the way that it blends perfectly into the actual Star Wars story keeps me entertained for long periods of time. I also personally love the new flying missions. There is something special about chasing down Jango Fett and his son through an asteroid field while having the ability to barrel roll at top speed the entire time. One last thing to add is the boss fights. Unlike older games, when fighting Darth Maul for instance, he would have a health bar of a few hearts and there wasn't really too many options to defeating him. But now, boss fights include intense and captivating saber fights, where new animations and dialogue are seen. It really feels more engaging, and when finally beating a boss, it gives you a really large dose of satisfaction to last you until you face another one. Okay. Everything good must have its flaws. But honestly, it was hard to find a lot. A common one among fans and myself is some of the levels just feel too short. It feels that some of the levels are easily a tenth of the size they were in the original saga. It would be awesome to experience more of the Star Wars moments we all love. In some levels, it feels that most of the action is in the cutscenes, rather than the actual level. Now, another issue is the puzzle and problem-solving aspect. Many fans are furious that the game is fairly simple and easy to play. Although it is a game designed for all ages, many fans were left disappointed. Moreover, building is a huge part of anything that starts with the word LEGO, physical or video game. But in the Skywalker Saga, there is hardly any building whatsoever. Sure, you can rebuild the barriers that stormtroopers place, but as a die-hard fan, I just wanted more. Now, finally, in modern gaming over the last few years, multiplayer and co-op was a lot of fans' favorite aspect of video games. When this game was announced, I was already texting friends and asking them if we should play through it together, only to be slapped in the face with no feature whatsoever for online co-op, only split screen. Now that all of that is out of the way, I genuinely feel that as a LEGO Star Wars fan, I've been blessed. This is an amazing game that you simply just get lost in. If you love Star Wars games, this is a must-buy in 2022. RomoJit signing off.